Okay. All right, cool. Well, welcome to ukulele class, people. It's nice to see everyone here, and we all have the right instruments today, which makes me really happy. Sounds like we're all in tune. James has a guitar, but he knows how to switch it from ukulele chord to guitar, so we don't have to worry. All right, so I guess I'm not going to ask the class because I kind of already know Alexis play a little bit. So we're going to, I'm going to review how to read ukulele chords, which I did in previous class, but I'm going to do it again today so that we learn how to actually read the chords and then, of course, play the chords. And then we will be playing a song today once we learn our chords. We're going to be playing the song Hallelujah on ukulele today. It's really pretty on the ukulele. And there's actually everywhere from like a really beginner way to play this, from like first time playing it all the way to advanced with finger picking and having a lead part in there. It's really cool. I'm just going to go over probably just the beginner part today, but there's a lot of fun stuff to do with this one. So we're going to start with how to read a chord chart. So there are little boxes that show us how to play a chord. And a chord is just when you play 3 notes or more together, or if you notice there's 4 strings, you play them all together, that's a chord. There you go. I think that's A minor. So we have G, C, E, A. By the way, those are the strings. G, C, E, A. So that's, you could say that's a C add 6 or an A minor 9, whatever you want to say. But that's already a chord right there. There you go. First chord. Nailed it. So anytime you play 3 or 4 notes together, it's going to be called a chord. If you play a note by itself, or just one string, that's just going to be a note. So today we're going to be learning chords, because most of the time when people are playing ukulele, they are playing chords. They're usually strumming something. They're usually playing multiple chords together, which create our whole song, and not usually individual notes on the ukulele, but sometimes they do as you get more advanced. So I'm going to go ahead and share my little whiteboard, and we're going to talk about how to read a chord chart. Sorry, let me get my little pen. I don't know where it went. Okay. So a chord chart, like I said, tells us how to play the chord that we're looking at. So it's a little box like this. And the box is going to tell us what string and what fret we're on. So going this way separates the frets on the ukulele. Just like you'll see those silver bars on your ukulele, those are the fret bars. That's what these lines right there are. They're the fret bars. They separate the frets. So they look like the little boxes going down the ukulele. And this is actually the beginning of the ukulele right here. Okay, so this is like that big, you'll see that like white thing on your ukulele that's called a nut. It's holding the strings apart. So this is the ukulele going that way. This way, on this little line, is our ukulele strings. Okay, so these are the ukulele strings. So that's how we read these little boxes. Going horizontally, the red lines, those are our frets, and the green line, those are our strings. And as I said before, the string names are G, C, E. Oops, that's not an E. It said it's the right letter, but I wrote the wrong one. E, A. So those are the strings of the ukulele. So if I was to draw a dot, I do see your hand, Alexa, but I'll get to you in a second. If I was to draw a dot right here, okay, let's pretend that's a dot. That is saying that we should put our finger on this A string, which is the bottom string, the one furthest away from you, and we're in that 3rd fret. We're in between these little red lines right here. We're in the 3rd fret. So right here, you would put your finger on the 1st string or the A string in the 3rd fret, and that's what these little boxes represent, is where we're actually going to play. Alexa, did you have a question specifically about this?
It stands for good cats eat apples, right?
Yeah, or yeah, that's a way to remember the order of strings. So if you want to remember the strings, yeah, you can use good cats eat apples to remember the order of the strings. Or I forgot, James uses one, I think it's like goats can eat everything.
Eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, goats can eat anything.
So yes, good cats eat apples or goats can eat anything. Both of those are good ways to remember the order of strings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this box though, once we know the strings, then we are learning where to put our finger, which is where I drew that black dot. So if we were to all put our finger there, I'm gonna end the whiteboard in a second. Go ahead and see if you can match this picture. So you're gonna put your 3 finger. I'm gonna draw a little 3 right here. You're gonna put your 3 finger, which is your ring finger. When we count our finger numbers, our pointer fingers are 1, middle finger is 2, ring finger is 4, and your 3, and your pinky is 4, and your thumb is just called your thumb. So you're gonna put your 3 finger, which is ring finger, on the 3rd fret on the A string. So go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna end the whiteboard and see who's doing it correct. All right, so let's see who is doing it correctly. So, all right, very good, Alexa. And Bobby, go ahead and bring your finger back 1 fret, I think. I think it's in the 4th fret. So also, I didn't really explain frets that well. So it's fret 1, fret 2.
Bobby, if you can hold your ukulele up a little bit, see here.
There you go, very good. So, yeah, exactly. Our 3 finger is right there on this 1st string, which is the A string, in that 3rd fret. This is called the C chord. Okay. And when you play all of the strings together, it creates a C chord. So individually, go ahead and play the C chord. Alexa has been playing it, so go ahead and stop real quick, Alexa. Bobby, go and play a C chord.
C chord?
Yeah, it's what you just learned. Yeah, what we just learned. It's the C chord. So when you have your 3 finger on the 1st string and the 3rd fret, and then strum all of them. Go ahead and keep going. Okay, very good. Yeah. Sorry, it just took a second for like the audio to come in. Very good. Yes. So when you strum that, that's called a C chord. Alexa, go and show me your C chord. Perfect. And James was playing a C chord shape, but go ahead and play a C on your guitar. Very good. Yeah, so his C is going to be in a different place on the guitar because his strings are tuned differently. It's not G, C, E, A, it's E, A, D, G, B, C, or G, B, E. So there's more strings on his guitar and it's tuned differently. So of course his notes are going to be in a different place. All right. So does that make sense how to read the chord chart? Does anyone have any specific questions on how to read the chord chart? Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, what does it represent the horizontal lines going this way? Are those the frets or the strings? Which ones go this way? Who can answer that?
The frets.
The frets, very good. Alexa, I saw that you raised your hand. Good job. The frets, very good. So Alexa, what lines are these ones? The ones that go this way? What do those represent? Strings, very good. Good job. Which finger, by a raise of hand, go ahead and raise your hands. Which finger is my pinky? What number would I call that? Go ahead and raise your hand if you know. Alexa, what finger is that?
Your 4th.
My 4th finger. Very good. My Alexa at home keeps trying to answer all my questions. It's really funny. I keep forgetting. Okay, so what finger is this one? What would I call this? Well, Bobby, do you know? So just to reiterate, the thumb is just called the thumb because it's behind our ukulele. It's not really playing anything. So then we just count our fingers in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So yeah, it's not anything like complicated or like, yeah, it's not anything special. We just are counting fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Very good. So, yeah, James is counting. So does Bobby, go ahead and show me which would your 2 finger be? Go ahead and just like point to your 2 finger. Go and turn your hand around as if you're playing ukulele. There you go. It'll help you. Which one? Which one's your 2 finger? Not that one. Turn it around as if you're playing ukulele.
Oh, right. This one.
This one, very good. Yeah, your middle finger, because the thumb doesn't count as a finger when we play ukulele because it's behind it, so we don't count it. Okay? Does that make sense? Can I get a thumbs up? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so just a quick recall. So as you're holding it, the thumb is grabbing the neck. And Bobby, real quick, hold up your hand just like this so that we're on par. Okay, flip it around. You're about to slap yourself in the face. Okay, index finger say 1.
1.
That's your pinky. All right.
Alexa, go
Middle
ahead and
finger
do
say
it.
2.
What?
And ring finger is 3. Pinky is 4. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bobby, I didn't hear you.
Huh?
I didn't hear you, Bobby. 1, 2, 3, 4. You do the same.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But I gotta see you up on top, so I make sure I know which finger you hit.
1. Up.
Let me see. 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, cool.
Alexa, go ahead and do the same thing.
The 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, just so we know you know your fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, cool. So everybody put your 3 finger on the 3rd fret on the 1st string, which is the A string. And that is our C chord. Everyone go and play it. Play it again, Bobby.
I got it.
Bobby, you're on the top string.
You're on the top string on the 2nd fret. So we want to bring it on the 1st. We count the strings this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing as guitar. So this is our 1st string. This is that A string, the good cats eat apples. So on the A string, you want to find the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3 with your 3rd finger. Now go ahead and play that. I think you're on the 4th fret. Go ahead and bring it in the 3rd fret. Okay, very good. All right, good job. So there's our C chord. Yes, Alexa.
It's a question that if you're I'm not left-handed, but if you are left-handed, do you gotta get a different ukulele?
So sometimes left-handed people will just kind of use the same thing and it'll feel a little more uncomfortable, but they'll teach themselves how to play this way. Other people will just play upside down and backwards. Like I do have an ukulele student who she'll sometimes use a right-handed guitar, but she's just learned all of the chords upside down. But most of the time, yes, they will get a left-handed ukulele where the strings are put in upside down so that they can hold it the right way.
I'm glad I'm a little ambidextrous.
Yeah, it does make life a little easier, right? All right, so we are going to learn our next chord because I'm trying to teach you guys the chords for the song that we're learning today. Hopefully we'll get to it in time. If not, then we will go through that song next week. Okay, so we're gonna play our next chord. It's a little harder. These ones do have more fingers. So first, let me show it to you first, and then I'll show you on the whiteboard. Okay, so everyone take your 1 finger. Everyone take your 1 finger. Alexa, 1 finger. And put it on the 3rd string. So 1, 2, 3, and the 2nd fret. Okay, take your 2nd finger, which is your middle finger. Also on the 2nd fret, put it on the 1st string. So you should have 2 fingers in the 2nd fret, 1 on the 1st string, 1 on the 3rd string, okay? Now take your 3rd finger and you're gonna put it on the next fret on the string in between them on the 2nd fret. So it looks like this. This is called a G chord. This one's a little harder.
Wait, so your middle
So
finger?
my 1 finger is up here on my 3rd string on the 2nd fret.
There.
My 2nd finger is on the 1st string in the 2nd fret as well. And then my 3rd finger is on the 2nd string, 1, 2, in the 3rd fret. So it looks like this. Once you have it, once you think you have it, go ahead and play it.
That?
Yeah, come close again. Yeah, go ahead and play that.
Oh my God.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, it should sound like that. Bobby, go ahead and play it.
Oh, that gives you marks on your hands.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I know some of them are buzzing, are muted a little bit. Like, my cat took my seat while I was going.
With Elizabeth, are they supposed to give like
Marks.
they give like you marks on your hands?
Yes, they are. Yeah, don't worry, you're not dying. If you see little marks in your hand, you didn't just ruin your hands for life. You'll see in my hands after playing ukulele. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. I don't think I'm focusing on it, but they do have little indents on my fingers as well. However, I have calluses, so they stay a little longer from guitar, but they do fade away right pretty much afterwards. You can even just like kind of rub your fingers and it goes away from ukulele. If you play guitar or any string instrument that has a little bit harder strings, they're going to stay a little longer and they are a little more permanent. Ukulele, you won't see it on the outside as much, but it will still build a callus underneath the skin.
But they're gonna go away, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're not stuck with them forever. They go away after like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, so everyone, like I said, this shape is called a G. So go ahead and play this one more time. Try your best. Yep. Bobby's setting them up. Go ahead and show me your G. Go ahead and show me your G.
Bobby, are you looking at Miss Elisabeth's hand? See where her finger 1 is on the 2nd string.
Yep. So just to reiterate, and real quick, I am going to actually write it on the whiteboard so that you guys can see it visually that way too, okay? So I know my fingers are fat, so sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, so here is our box. Again, we're going to pretend like I can draw a straight line. Here is the frets going that way, and this way is our strings. Okay, and just to make it even clearer which ones are our strings, this is our strings. These black lines here. And now they're red.
You know someone?
What was that?
Oh, you know someone? Someone can write on it.
Yeah, I know. You guys can write on it. So anyway, so this is what a G chord looks like. Okay, so these are your fingers, these little dots right there. So this is what a G chord looks like. This one is your 2 finger, the dot that I drew on there. This one is your 1 finger, the dot on that line, and this one is your 3 finger. I drew on that one. Yep. Or should sound like this. This is your good cats eat apples right here. All right. So everyone kind of understand the G. I know you may not be perfect at playing it yet, but do you know where to put your fingers? Alexa, go ahead and play a G for me.
Okay.
Very good. Bobby, go ahead and play a G for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I know the fingers aren't pushing down. You got to push them a little bit harder so that you can actually hear the whole G. Okay. All right, so our G chord is there. I'm going to take it down. If you need to, take a screenshot of it or something if you need to have it.
Wait, you can take a screenshot?
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it.
So this is the G chord. I should write a G there. All right, everyone have it that needs it? Gonna take it down now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, so like I said, we have our G and we have our C. Okay, we do have 2 more chords to learn today. But this is really good because even though I know it's like sometimes if the initial chords are kind of hard, and we may not get to the song. It just depends on how fast we learn these. These chords are used for a lot of ukulele songs. So if you can really master these chords, the C, this G especially, then you're going to be able to play a lot of ukulele songs, not just the one I'm trying to teach you. So I would really take the time to learn these individual chords, C, G, and even practicing going between them. And then I'm going to try to teach you 2 more chords so that we can play our song. Okay. So our next one is called E minor. It looks like this on the ukulele. So take your 1 finger, which is your pointer finger, put it on the 1st string and the 2nd fret. All right, keep that one there. Take your 2nd finger, put it on the 2nd string and the 3rd fret. So 1, 2, 2nd string. 1, 2. Okay. So you're in 2 different frets, 2 different strings. Now take your 3rd finger and put it on the 3rd string. 1, 2, 3, and the next fret. So it kind of looks like you're building stairs. So once you have that 1st finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, then just build some stairs, and that's your E minor chord. Once you have it, go ahead and play it so I can hear it. Nice. Yeah, there you go, and just push a little bit harder. I think so, yeah. And then Alexa, go ahead and play it.
Is this right?
Make sure you're starting in the 2nd fret.
I am starting in the 2nd fret.
And you're on the 1st string?
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed your fingers are kind of like this. They're kind of sideways. So when you play ukulele or any string instrument, really, you want to play right on the very, very tip of your finger. I'm actually glad that you showed me that, because that's actually a pretty common issue. So yeah, if you look at James's screen right now, you'll see him doing this. This is how you want to practice. This is how you want to practice pushing down. It should be right on the very, very tips of your fingers. This is what it feels like. We're not doing this, because then you end up muting other strings. So when you play this, or any of the chords, 1 finger here, I'm on the very, very tip of my finger, and if you can see, I'm making that shape between my fingers like that.
It's a little harder because I have long nails.
Yes, any kind of string instrument is going to be difficult for long nails. That is for sure. But go ahead and just try your best. You may not be able to be right on the tips, but just go ahead and try your best. Okay, so go ahead, Bobby, show me your E minor again. And be right on the tips of your fingers.
Miss Elisabeth?
Hold on, Alexa. So you're only using 3 fingers. I think you're using all 4.
Oh, yeah.
And then make sure you're starting in that 2nd fret on the 1st string, and you're on the very, very tips of your fingers.
Good job.
There you go, nice. Yeah, and you're gonna get a better sound. And the better you can get right on top of your fingers like that, right on the tips, and you can be as close to the fret bar as possible. You see how I'm like right next to my fret bars?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna get a really, really clean sound. Okay, Alexa, yes.
Can I go grab a charger real quick because my phone's about to die?
Yeah, of course, you don't have to ask that. Go ahead. Okay, so far, let's review. We have our C chord. Go ahead and play a C chord. Good job, James. Actually playing a G. Very good. Bobby, can I hear your C? All right, we're gonna try our E minor next. It's the 2nd least hardest. Are you playing your E minor? Okay, yeah, we're building it, okay. Make sure you're separated between all the frets. Make sure they're not like accidentally like too close to each other, but that you're separated between each individual fret, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret. Go ahead. There you go, very good. And let's try our G chord. I think it's probably the hardest out of all of these. So we're just reviewing our chords right now, Alexa. Make sure your 3rd finger is on the 2nd string. Make sure your third finger is on the second string and your second finger is on the first string. So pretty much like build these first.
Bobby, take a look at the screen.
So build these first where you have your 2 finger there and your 1 finger there. So you're just skipping over a string in the 2nd fret. And then you put your 3rd finger in between. So okay, so that's our G chord. So you can definitely, I know that it is kind of hard to build these, but you definitely can, after this class, I encourage all of you to continue, look on Google and just look up these chords. That way you can keep practicing these, that way you don't forget them. Because these are really, really common chords, okay? And then we do have one more chord. Today was just 4 chords. It's going to actually be a little easier. It's just this string, this fret, this string, this fret, this string, this fret. So we're going to be on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, all on the 2nd fret. So you can either use 3 different fingers like that, which is actually how I prefer to play it. So you can either do this, and again, make sure it's the top 3. We're on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, so we're not playing that bottom string right there. Right here, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And you can use 1 finger per one, but however, they all have to fit in that 2nd fret if you choose to use 3 different fingers. If you don't, you can bar it with 1 finger, but you have to lift up for that bottom string so you don't play it. Yes, Alexa?
What time does this class end?
Why was that your question while I was talking about the chords? Make sure that you ask questions about what I'm talking about, okay? It ends at 12:45. Okay. So go ahead and show me your D chord. Not quite. Make sure you're playing all 3 of these in the 2nd fret, or like I said, you can use 1 finger to push all of them down as well. So 2nd fret. Let me see yours, Alexa. Okay, so the top 3 strings, so the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, so the G, C, A, the good cats eat, are the strings we're on.
Oh.
And all on the 2nd fret. Bobby, how's it going? How are we building our D string, or our D chord there? Okay, can anyone show me their D chord yet? Okay, Alexa, go ahead.
Is it,
Yes, it is. Very good. All right, Bobby, can you show me your D chord? Go ahead and switch your fingers around. Put your 1 finger on the top string. And then put your 2nd finger right underneath it in the same fret. And they're all in the 2nd fret. So just real quick, I'm going to put it on the board just so everyone can see it. Okay, so here's our box. Here's our strings. Here's our frets. So for this one, all of the notes are in this fret, the 2nd fret, on the top 3 strings. And you put your 1 finger there, your 2 finger there, your 3 finger there, or you can use 1 finger to put it on top of all of them. Go ahead, Alexa, can you play that for me real quick? Very good.
But also, how do you do with 1 finger like that?
I can't see you currently, but here, let me take this off. Okay, go ahead.
Like
yeah,
that?
you're going to push down with 1 finger on all top of them, but you do have to kind of leave that space like that underneath. You have to kind of bend back your fingers so that you don't hit that bottom string. It's a little more difficult, but once you get good at kind of playing the ukulele, this will become a little more convenient than all three of these. All right, Bobby, can I see your D, please? Sorry, I keep like staring at the screen. What weird? I know I'm like, hello, but it's just everyone's so small. Okay, I can see that your fingers are trying to go in the right space. So yeah, the D, like I said, it is kind of squished in there. You have to be right on top of your tip of your fingers, or use one finger to push all of them down because it is hard to get all three fingers in there.
I can do one finger for all of them.
Yeah, exactly. You just smush them down with a flat finger.
I think that might be easier for me.
Yeah, sometimes if you have bigger fingers, it's hard to play that D. Go ahead and play it like that. Push really hard. Yeah, you got to push pretty hard though, or else you won't hear him. It's almost in there, yeah. So you got to bring your thumb to the back, like this. And Alexa, go ahead and try this too, because I know you were trying to try the bar. Make sure your thumb is in the back and push really, really hard for that bar. It's almost there, yeah. You got to really commit to holding it down. It's a little harder. Okay, so so you just kind of choose which one. And I understand both of you are beginners, right, in ukulele. So we're still kind of strengthening our fingers. We're strengthening our fingers. We're learning new chords, right? And it is hard at first, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. So don't give up if you don't get it the first time. It gets easier the more you do it. It doesn't get harder. So I don't think we're gonna have time to get to the song today, but if you guys come back next week, we will get to the song because we just have to wait until we're able to get it, okay? So quick review, we have 4 chords. Go ahead and play your G chord, everyone.
Is this the G chord?
Look at my fingers are on the screen if you forgot what the G is.
Oh yeah, that's what I asked.
Yep, and then after you get it, just try to make it as clear as possible. And so we're in the 2nd and 3rd fret. Yep. Good job, Alexa. Very good, yeah. And I know your fingers are more like this right now, Alexa, because you have the longer fingernails. But once you do cut them, you can go like that more and it'll be easier. All right, Bobby, you got your G?
I think you might need to go over the frets again because that was in a G. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to our next one. Let's go and review our C. Good job, everyone's got that one. That one's a good one. All right, E minor. It's our staircase one, starting on that 2nd fret, 1st string, and then build a staircase. Very good.
I think the easiest is C.
It is the easiest, yeah. Bobby, I think you're using your 2, 3, 4 fingers. Use your strongest fingers, your 1, 2, 3. There you go. Very good, yes. Nice.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Very good. And then our last one was that D, the one that's super, super squished. You have to play right on the tip of your fingers, or you hold them all down with the bar. This one is also a little difficult, especially if you have nails. It's gonna be hard. Good job.
Ow.
Good job. So these are the 4 chords. I want both of you guys and James. But I want everyone to be working on this week. That way we can play the song, because the song is going to sound like this with the strum pattern. What was it? Remember? I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it leaves the heart, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift. I forgot the chords. Anyway, so if you guys don't know that song, it's called Hallelujah. You should know that song. That's what you should know. If you don't know that song, look it up. Anyway, so that is the song that we'll be doing. I kind of forgot the order of chords because I'm not looking at them right now. But it'll mostly be using those 4 chords. So I want you guys to practice those 4 chords this week. And like I said, once you get these 4 chords down, it doesn't mean you're just going to be able to play this song. Because if this isn't your favorite song, that's totally fine. However, these chords, C, G, E minor, D, those are used in pretty much every single song that you're going to play on a ukulele. So if you like other kind of styles, or if you want to play other people's songs, you're still going to need these chords, okay? So practice these chords. So who can tell me the 4 chords we learned today? All right, see both you guys' hands raised. We'll go with, okay, Bobby, tell me one of the chords we learned today.
E minor.
E minor, very good. Alexa, what's another one?
D.
D. James, what's that other one?
G.
G, very good. And the other one was C.
C.
Yeah, very good. So we learned those 4 chords. So if you forgot them, or if you need more help, there are plenty of pictures online on how to play those. So you can look up those chords, ukulele. You can either look up a YouTube video, or you can look up just on Google. You'll see pictures of those chords.
I'm putting together an email right now that's got the chords that you discussed that I'm going to send.
Perfect.
And then also this video will be available for you guys to review later as well.
Yes. So if you guys want to go through this. Yeah, so if you guys want to go through this class again and see how I'm like individually talking about these chords, then you can just go through this video. And just to make it even easier, if you guys go to this video and you're like, I don't want to hear all of them talking, let me go through it real quick in like 30 seconds. That way you can skip to the end of the video. Here is your G chord. 2 finger, first string, 1 finger, third string, third finger, second string. Whoops. This is our G chord. E minor, 1 finger on the first string, second fret, and then you just build up 1 string, 1 fret as it goes. This is your E minor. C chord, probably our easiest chord. Use your third finger on the third fret on the first string. That's your C chord. Your D chord is the squished one, where all 3 fingers are playing the top 3 strings, or you can bar them all with those, okay? So those are your 4 chords. So if you want, you can even just find this video on YouTube and go all the way to the end. Now you can watch that again, okay?
This is on YouTube?
It'll be on our, I think, right?
How do you, what's the link then?
I will send it to you in about an hour.
There you go. All right. So if you guys want to review that, like I said, just to make it convenient for you, I went over all the chords at the end. That way you can even just go to the end of the video and rewatch that part, just if you need to see what the chords are again, okay? All right. Any last questions about anything we talked about today concerning any of the 4 chords, how to read a chord chart, what the name of the song is, anything like that? Alexa.
Never mind.
Okay. Bobby.
I have a question, just kind of because everybody is new to this. What is a good amount of time for them to be practicing these chords? And will they tell their fingers bleed, or how much time a day would you like to see them practice before next week?
Okay. So James's question was how much should you practice as a beginner? Honestly, I say as a beginner, if you can put in like 10 minutes a day, I think that's fine. Some people would say 20 minutes a day. I feel like that's like someone who's kind of already intermediate. I would say if you haven't been practicing ukulele at all and you're brand new to it, put even 10 minutes in a day, go through the new chords that we did, maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day to go over those chords. And it's more important, I think, to do a little bit every single day rather than 1 hour for 1 day a week, which is what we did today, because you're less likely to remember it and your muscles won't repeat it enough. So like 10, 15 minutes every day will be good for a beginner. I would say if you're intermediate, I would say 20 to 30 minutes, and advanced would be an hour. So as we're still in the beginning stages, 10, 15 minutes a day. Okay. That's a good question. Bobby, did you have a question?
Yeah. Do you want us to memorize the song?
I want you to memorize the chords. You don't have to memorize the song yet. I want you to listen to the song, Hallelujah. That way you know what to expect and what the song sounds like. But I do want you to memorize the chords, how to play them. That way I can just say, all right, let's go to a G chord, and everyone just plays the G chord, okay? Good question. But I do want you to listen to the song. That's a good song. Alexa.
If you like can't practice for some reason, and like you forget a chord, will we review it?
No, you
Yes,
fail. It's a fail right off the bat. You have to pay attention. That's why I'm sending you the video. So you don't have to ask the questions. It's a fail.
No, I know all the chords, but if you like forget it during the week, if
if you don't have time to practice this week and or you just forget, yes, we will review the chords next week as well. However, I am hoping to actually be able to get to the song next week, so I will obviously take it at whatever pace whoever's in the class. But if you want to be able to play a song on ukulele, of course, the more you practice on your own time, the faster we can go into class. If you don't do anything this week, and we just kind of have to do the same thing again, we probably won't get to the song. So it's actually up to you guys to see what we end up doing in our next class, okay? So if you want to be able to play the ukulele, if you want to be able to play the song, if you want to be able to sing and play the song, if you want to get more advanced, all of that stuff, it just starts with you guys memorizing those chords and practicing those chords, okay?
I think I can do that.
All right, cool. Any other questions before we're done?
I think we're good. Thank you so much, Mr.
All right. Awesome, you guys. Well, have a good rest of your week.